Currently under arrest on suspicion of supplying Class A, mate, okay? I'm arresting on suspicion of supply Class A, right? Class A? Yeah, so he's made South Direction down to Lang line, Nicole. And if you do so, you may be delivered.
Obviously, you've been detained for a search under the misuse of drugs. Have you got anything on you shouldn't have?
On me? No.
Have you got anything in the vehicle you shouldn't have?
No. Look. Yeah,
Sorry?
Huh?
What did you say?
Yeah, there is some stuff in there, yeah.
Where, mate?
Under the seat.
What, the passenger seat?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't move it. Don't move it at all, mate.
At the moment you're under arrest today for suspicion of being involved in supplying Class A drugs. Okay, you didn't have to say anything, mate, on offence. If you do not mention the question, submit you later on in court.
Is there anything in the car or on your purse that I need to be aware of? In the boot. What's in the boot? How much? A lot.
Okay.
Alright, mate.
We're going to lead you off, take you through. Alright. Just whilst you're here, I've got to tell you that the warrant has been issued for your arrest. Okay, so at the moment you're under arrest. The warrant is in relation to conspiracy to supply Class A cocaine between the 1st of January 2022 and 31st of May 2022. Conspiracy to supply Class B ketamine, first, same dates. Possess criminal property, supply cocaine, supply heroin 2022. Okay, not saying you may on defence, like to mention any questions on the later on in court. Anything you do say may be delivered.
There's a fighter getting ready. British, mid-20s. Tattooed arms shredded from months of training in the Thai sun. He rolls his neck, bounces on his toes. The crowd is loud. He's smiling. His name is Billy Roberts. Except it isn't. That's not his name. It was never his name. His real name is Ben Ransome. And at this exact moment, while he stands in this ring, while this crowd cheers, while he smiles under these lights, a judge in England has just handed his second-in-command 12 years in prison for working for him. Essex police would later describe what Ben Ransome built as the biggest drugs operation in their entire history. He ran it from a house on a quiet street in Wickford, Essex. He watched his entire network get arrested, one by one, from thousands of miles away. And then he disappeared to paradise. For 2.5 years, nobody could touch him. If you're new here, and you're drawn to true crime stories that go deeper than the headlines, subscribe, turn on notifications, and join a community that follows the case all the way to the courtroom. Wickford, Essex. Somewhere on a street called Ethelred Gardens, in a house that looked like every other house on that road, Ben Ransome was running a criminal enterprise that stretched across the entire country. Not from a warehouse, not from some industrial unit behind a trading estate, from a house in the suburbs. From that one address, product moved to Birmingham, Southampton, Bristol, Hampshire, Sheerness, multiple cities, sometimes in a single day. A distribution network with the reach of a logistics company and the invisibility of a ghost. Now let's talk about scale. 208 kilograms of cocaine. That is not a street dealer's supply. That is not even close. That is wholesale, industrial, a volume that doesn't get measured in grams. It gets measured in bricks, in kilos, in crates. Wholesale price, 38,000 pounds per kilogram. Street value, up to 100,000 pounds per kilogram. Total value of the network, over 20 million pounds. 20 million pounds. Moved through a house in Wickford. And the operation itself, the way it actually ran, was almost impressive in its discipline. Encrypted messaging apps, constant phone changes, burn one, move to the next, leave no trail. communications designed to disappear. His couriers were paid up to £1,200 a day, not a week, a day, more than most working people take home in 7 days of work, for a single shift moving product from one point to another. And his customers weren't the people you imagine when you think about drug deals. There were no street corners involved, no small bags changing hands outside nightclubs. Ransome's customers were bulk buyers, dealers who supplied other dealers, organizations with their own infrastructure, and, as police would later discover, their own firearms. He wasn't selling drugs. He was wholesaling them to people who sold drugs. Around him, Ransome assembled a crew. And the first thing you need to understand about this crew is what made them so dangerous. None of them had a criminal record. Not one. No prior arrests, no files, no flags. Every single member, unknown to police, clean on paper. That's not luck. That is a hiring policy. Russell Dendel, the deputy, calm, organized, trusted completely. The man who kept things moving when Ransome couldn't be everywhere at once. Kieran Grant and Ty Cook, the heavy lifters, the ones who physically moved the product. Reliable, discreet, effective. Charles Lancaster, courier, the man who collected, the man who delivered. Essex police had been watching, patiently, building a picture, one surveillance log at a time. They knew something was happening on Ethelred Gardens. They just needed one moment, one lapse in the discipline, one decision made in the open instead of the shadows, to prove it. In February 2022, standing on a train station platform in broad daylight, Ben Ransome gave them exactly that. Ben Ransome walks up to Charles Lancaster in public, just two men, a platform, a bag changing hands. Inside that bag, 8 to 9 kilograms of cocaine. Wholesale value, hundreds of thousands of pounds. Moving through a commuter station on a Tuesday morning like a piece of luggage. Lancaster doesn't make it far. He's stopped. He's searched. The bag is open. And just like that, the clock starts. For the next 3 weeks, Essex police move carefully. Arrests ripple outward through the network. Associates start falling. The picture gets clearer. And Ben Ransome reads every single signal. 17 March 2022. He's gone. No dramatic exit, no chase. He simply leaves. First to Malaga, Spain. Then further, much further. But here is what makes this remarkable. The network doesn't stop. Even from abroad, even after fleeing the country, Ransome is still directing operations. His couriers are still collecting from his Wickford address. Still moving product? Still following instructions sent from a man who is no longer in England? The organization runs without him being present, because he built it that way. But police are already inside it, and one by one, the dominoes fall. March 31st, 2022, the M11. Kieran Grant is pulled over, leaving Ransome's Wickford address. In the vehicle, 19 kilograms of cocaine. Street value, £722,000. Seized. Grant arrested. On his phone, messages, instructions, from a man now sitting in Spain. 20 April 2022. Dartford Crossing. Russell Dendel, the deputy, the trusted second-in-command, is stopped in a Ford Focus linked to the network. 6 kilograms of cocaine recovered. Dendel arrested. The right hand, gone. May 19th, 2022. Westcliff. Ty Cook is stopped. 4 kilograms on him. Officers search his address. Another 7.5 kilograms of cocaine. 4.5 kilograms of ketamine. Seized. Cook arrested. Look at what police have accumulated. Nearly 50 kilograms of cocaine. Over £1 million in cash. Around 20 firearms. Heroin. Ecstasy. Ketamine. Across the wider network. A haul that tells you exactly who Ransome's customers were and exactly what they were capable of. And Ben Ransome, he watched. Every single one of those arrests happened and kept going. But there's one more piece of this before we follow him to Thailand. because Ransome wasn't just supplying individual dealers. One of his bulk buyers, a man named David Glover, was running his own operation, his own crew, his own supply chain, and his crew had guns. When Essex police and prosecutors dismantled Glover's group in 2023, the sentences handed down totaled 85 years. David Glover himself, 23 years in prison. Now Ransome network is gone. The deputy is in custody. The couriers are arrested. The customers are going to prison. And Ben Ransome is getting a tan. Phuket, Thailand. A luxury 5-star apartment. A pool villa near Rawai Beach. A place people save for years to visit for a week. Ben Ransome was living there indefinitely. No job, no schedule, no cover story that required any real effort. He was simply living. His associates were being processed through the British legal system, and he was watching the sun go down over the Andaman Sea. And at some point, because apparently that wasn't enough, he decided to become a fighter. He starts training, seriously. And then he gives himself a name to go with the new life, Billy Roberts. Then, this is the part that still seems almost impossible to believe, he starts posting the videos online, publicly, on YouTube, under that name, with his face fully visible, not a private account, not a pseudonymous channel buried under layers of misdirection. Just there, for anyone to find. Sit with that for a moment. This is a man who ran encrypted communications, who changed phones constantly, who built an entire criminal architecture specifically designed to keep his name off everything. That man is now posting YouTube videos of his face. There are only two explanations. Either he had become so certain of his own untouchability that the rules of caution simply no longer applied to him, or, and this might be harder to dismiss, he had genuinely become someone else. Not Ben Ransome hiding as Billy Roberts, just Billy Roberts, living his life, fighting his fights, posting his videos. The past wasn't suppressed, it had been replaced. Meanwhile, back in England, the sentencing hearings keep coming. Russell Dendell, 12 years. Kieran Grant, 8 years. Ty Cook, 6 years, 9 months. Charles Lancaster, 6 years. Name after name, courtroom after courtroom. The years stack up like bricks, and the man at the top of all of it is sparring in the heat. Across the entire network, 25 arrests over 4 years. The core group alone, over 50 years of combined sentences. Add David Glover's armed crew, dismantled separately, sentenced separately, and the total climbs past 135 years of prison time. All of it, every single year, traceable back to one supply chain. One man in Wickford, who is currently doing press-ups by a pool. But Essex, police haven't stopped. Working with the National Crime Agency and coordinating with Thai authorities, investigators begin the slow work of building a trail. And Ben Ransome, without knowing it, is helping them. Thailand requires foreign nationals to make visa runs. Routine border crossings to maintain legal residency. Every exit, every re-entry, logged, time-stamped, filed. Each one a data point, each one narrowing the circle. And then, the mistake that echoes all the way back to a train station platform in Wickford. He's still using his UK bank accounts, not laundered funds, not crypto, not cash passed through a third party. His own accounts, his own cards, his own name, every withdrawal, logged, every transaction traced. A digital trail of breadcrumbs left by a man living in paradise, spending money the way he always spent money because some habits are deeper than any alias. You can change your name. You can change your country. You can change your sport, your physique, your entire public identity. But the financial footprint of who you actually are doesn't change. They know where he is. They know his patterns, his movements, his routines. Now, they move. On September 2nd, 2024, Ben Ransome left a restaurant in the Rawai district of Phuket. He didn't get far. They were already there. No chase, no standoff. No dramatic moment of realization where he runs and they pursue. Just a man stepping out of a restaurant, and officers waiting. The photograph that circulates internationally is almost mundane in its composition. He's in the center, officers on either side. The bright, ordinary backdrop of a Phuket street behind them. No disguise, no resistance, no last act of defiance. Just caught. Billy Roberts, it turns out, had an expiry date. He's transferred to Bang Kwang Central Prison. You may have heard it called the Bangkok Hilton. Not as a compliment. Bang Kwang is a maximum security facility with a reputation that extends far beyond Thailand's borders. It is one of the most notoriously difficult prisons in Southeast Asia, conditions that are, by any measure, the absolute opposite of a pool villa near Rawai Beach. Ben Ransome spends 311 days there, over 10 months, waiting. In July 2025, he is extradited to the United Kingdom. The case that began on a quiet street in Wickford, that stretched across motorway laybys and border crossings and a Muay Thai ring in Thailand, is finally coming home. Basildon Crown Court. Ben Ransome doesn't walk through the doors. He appears on a screen, a face on a monitor, transmitted from HMP Chelmsford. No dramatic entrance. No moment where he stands in the dock and faces the room. Just a rectangle of light. A man on a video call. His barrister addresses the court. He's a changed man, they say. He pleads guilty. Conspiracy to supply cocaine. Conspiracy to supply ketamine. Conspiracy to possess criminal property. All of it. Guilty. 23rd December 2025. Judge Sue Loke looks at the screen, at the face of the man who built a £20 million drug empire from a house in Essex, who fled to Thailand, who became Billy Roberts, who spent over 300 days in Bang Kwang prison, and sentences him to 14 years, nearly 500 days already served, between Thailand and the UK, will be deducted. He'll serve roughly half the remaining term before release on license. And then the judge says something that nobody in that courtroom quite expected. You were organizing, buying, and selling on a commercial scale. I hope upon release you will use the skills you plainly have in a more morally constructive way. A judge telling a drug lord that he has transferable skills. The lead investigator sees it differently. Detective Inspector Yoni Adler, the officer who spent years building this case, who watched every arrest, who tracked Ransome across 2 continents, puts it this way. He watched as we took down each of his associates one by one. This vast supply doubtless fueled extensive violence, threats, and the use of weapons. 2 people looking at the same man. The judge sees wasted potential. Someone who could have built something real and built something destructive instead. Someone worth, perhaps, a second chance. The detective sees the wreckage, the violence downstream, the firearms connected to his supply chain, the communities quietly absorbing the damage of 200 kilograms of cocaine moving through them. Both of them are right. That's what makes it complicated. The real story here isn't just the crime. It's the architecture of denial. The way a person can watch everything they built collapse. Arrest by arrest, courtroom by courtroom, sentence by sentence. And simply reframe themselves. Step into a new skin. Decide, on some level, that the past belongs to someone else now. It's a remarkable thing to attempt. But here's the detail that stays with you. After all of it, the encrypted apps, the burned phones, the operational discipline that kept him invisible for years, he kept withdrawing from his UK bank accounts. The same accounts, the same cards. The same financial habits of a man who had always had money and had always spent it. You can change your name. You can change your country. You can train for 2 years and climb into a ring under a different identity in front of a crowd who will never know who you actually are. But you cannot always change your habits. And in the end, it was the ordinary ones that found him. Over £20 million, 14 years, one house in Wickford. If you made it this far, you already know whether to subscribe, whether to